that shows you how obvious so much more of the corruption that we are overwhelmingly bankrolling here. Let me just read this part, quote, "At one point, just this year, $980 million in weapons contracts missed their delivery dates, according to the official government figure, and some prepayments for weapons, quote, vanished into overseas accounts of weapons dealers." Let's be clear, this is your and my money. This is our money, American dollars, taxpayer dollars, of which we have no inspector general and no oversight. Also, let me remind everybody of this. The Treasury Department under the Biden administration has said we have seen no indication of any corruption going on in Ukraine because we are obviously looking at the situation.
Hello, family. Welcome back to another episode of Journey to Harmony. I'm your host, Richard Harmon. Today, we want to talk to you about a developing story with the Ukrainian government. Vladimir Zelensky, the man of the year last year, it seems like, has now come under some serious scrutiny as he has fired his recent defense chief. There's massive amounts of corruption that's currently going on. A nation that was known for corruption prior to their war is now being escalated even greater. There's massive amounts of dollars, U.S. dollars, being sent there, and there's no accountability at all. The previous clip just showed you, talked about almost $1 billion that were kind of just vanished into foreign accounts. So we see what's going on there. I'm going to go ahead and play a video here for you just a moment. We'll come back and analyze and go from there.
The reputation of Ukraine was known, corruption. And now evidence has come from the highest in that unfortunate country. President Volodymyr Zelensky has sacked his defense minister for sordid corruption. The true tragedy is that while ordinary Ukrainians are dying on the battlefield for their country, the greedy, treacherous elite is stealing the wealth meant to be spent on the warriors. You see, Ukraine has a big corruption problem. The country battling invading Russian forces is also one of the most corrupt countries in Europe. Widespread corruption has deep roots in Ukraine, even long before the Russian troops invaded the country. And this problem has translated into the war on the ground and could be one of the reasons why Ukraine's much touted counteroffensive has been a flop show.
All right. So the U.S. right now is under some serious stress right now. So we're facing recession headwinds due to the rise of interest rates from the Federal Reserve. We're dealing with some serious issues in terms of housing and so many different things that are going on. Additionally, with that, the U.S. national debt has climbed to over $32 trillion, and it has exceeded $1 trillion since June of 2023. That's 2 months. It's exceeding $1 trillion. We're at a pace that is really accelerating. And again, I'll make a video with this later on, but this is going to extrapolate over the next 3 to 5 years. The overall cost. Think of your credit card going past $25,000, and interest rate also rising on this. This has the chance of growing to a way that's not sustainable at all. And in the midst of this, the U.S. is continuing to send money to the Ukraine almost without any receipts at all. Just sending money. You're sending money. If you have a friend that is constantly spending money and you can't really see where the money's going, you're not going to continue just sending that person money. And this seems to be what's happening right now with the United States. I'm going to continue playing the video. We can go from there.
Flagged by Byron York. Let's put this up there on the screen, which says that inside of Ukraine, before the invasion, the primary source of embezzlement had been poorly run state companies. Money was siphoned off by wealthy insiders. Quote, anti-corruption groups now say that the huge influx of funds to support the war have prompted them to shift focus to military spending. Oh, really? That's very interesting. I can't help but think of that CBS News report from the earlier days of the wars, of the first 3 months in, and they talked about misdelivery, about procurement, about rampant corruption, about all of that. And CBS News retracted their report that was on the ground and was directly factual because of criticism from the Ukrainian government, who were like, no, that's out of date. Well, okay, even if it is out of date, it's still true. Was it factually true or not? They're like, it's out of context. Well, it wasn't out of context. attacks. It's a simple fact. There was a massive misdelivery of arms. And everything you read about how things work out there, we're literally talking about crates of brand new U.S. provided weapons. Hop off of a truck, open up the back, and they're like, all right, anybody who wants, you can come and get it. We don't know who these people are. We're talking about militias, some of whom have terrible ideology and are connected.
Watch this. Um, what's likely going to happen here, right? So the U.S. debt is rolling over. So like houses, right? Houses have 30-year fixed debt, but the national debt, it rolls over every 3 to 5 years or so, or whatever it is. And what's happened is at $32 trillion, but most of that is attached to 0.25% or 0.5% rates. What's going to happen in the next year to 3 years is these rates are going to jump from 0.25% to 3% to 4% to 5%. The national debt is getting ready to explode. We're probably going to hit $40 trillion in national debt probably within the next 3 years or less. And then we haven't even hit recession yet, which means the overall economy and the spending is going to accelerate even further. So what happens during these time periods is that as these the debt grows so much, assets become even valuable, more valuable. So those who understand this are looking to purchase homes. You're going to see more and more of these Wall Street owners purchasing in these particular neighborhoods and buying up these properties because they understand that this rollover is going to happen at some point. And as you see in Canada right now, the cost of living is astronomical. The cost of a regular home is just, I mean, I think it's about 4 or 5 times the normal person's income, or even greater than that. And here in America, we shouldn't be surprised if we see that. Around the world, there are probably close to 3 billion people or so that would love the opportunity to have their feet here in this country, to have this opportunity. And right now, there's currently 1 million properties on the market. So what does that mean? That means that people who are millionaires, people who are in Russia, people who are in Saudi Arabia, people who are in China, who are trying to find a safe place for their money, are going to end up putting their money here in this particular country. And while all of this is happening, the U.S. debt is continuing to grow. People who are looking to embezzle money and to find different ways are going to continue to seek options outside where they can continue to take money without accountability. And that's just going to continue to grow the debt more and more. And while it's happening, the U.S. standard of living will continue to drop as we're heading more into a hyperinflation type of scenario. What are your thoughts on this? Please comment below. Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for joining. Have a good day.